Hello, lovely friends. Let's talk today about the approaching full moon that will take place on the 24th of June at 3 degrees of Capricorn. Now, as you already probably know, full moons usually bring us all some kind of culminations, some revelations, or some stage of fruition. And in this particular case, that might be related to something that we have started sometime around 6 months ago, and I'm referring to the time around the new moon in Capricorn that took place on the 13th of January of this year. Or perhaps it will be a culmination of a process that you have started 18 months ago, and that was 26th of December of 2019, and back then it was a solar eclipse in the sign of Capricorn. So perhaps you can remember if there was something significant in your life forming, just initiating or starting. So now you can either see this same situation much more clearly as the reflected light of the sun by the moon will illuminate this matter, or you will already collect the first or final fruits of the things you were trying to achieve and you were putting your effort into. Now, frankly, the moon is not in its most comfortable position in the sign of Capricorn because, the moon is all about emotions, it's about psychology, it's about the deepest human needs, especially of sharing, of caring, of emotional bonding, of love, right? While Capricorn is a sign much more focused on practical work. Have a clear goal in front of you and achieving it step by step, diligently. Having a structure in your life, satisfying your ambitions. And it's pretty well known in astrology that when there is a person born with a moon in Capricorn, usually for this person is quite hard to actually express this very natural emotions and intimate needs and feelings. Now, this full moon will be a truly good time to see clearly and evaluate our goals, what we want and what we wanted, and what we still wanna achieve in the nearest future. What have we done for it? Uh, were our actions towards fulfillment of this goal correct? Do they bring some result? Are they practical enough? Or shall we change our actions or our strategy or our approach towards what we want to achieve, towards our goals? And yes, as I mentioned, some of us will be more than assessing and re-evaluating, will already successfully get the deserved recognitions and enjoy the fulfilled achievements. So, since the full moon happens in the sign of Capricorn, which means the moon will be in 3 degrees of Capricorn, and exactly opposite will stand, of course, the sun in the water sign of Cancer. So the ruler of this full moon is Saturn. Yeah, Saturn rules Capricorn. So we have to see what's going on currently with this planet. And right now, Saturn is located in Aquarius and it's in a retrograde motion. So Aquarius is a very mental sign, yeah, belonging to the element of air. and it's oriented towards the future. It cares about society, about benefiting the community, the society, about sharing with other people our resources. And it's all about freedom, authenticity, originality, and rebellion. So while Saturn is retrograde, we have the chance to reassess our ideas, our visions about the future. We can think about how much and with whom we would like to cooperate and share resources. We can think of in what lies our originality, and through this originality, how can we actually benefit the others, the society. How can we be responsibly free, because sometimes we all want to get certain amount of independence and freedom, but sometimes people forget that with this comes a quite heavy burden on shoulders, right? The responsibility of your actions and decisions when you are completely free to act as you wish. And what exactly do we want to rebel against, and for what? Right? Because Saturn in Aquarius doesn't like just a rebellion for the sake of the action to be rebel. Sometimes it can happen to Aquariuses. Saturn in Aquarius wants us very responsibly, again, to think what exactly limitations we are fed up with and we want to get rid of from our lives, but what we need to leave in our lives as solid foundations and structure for our development in the future. And still is ongoing the hard aspect, the square between Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus in the sign of Taurus. This is the energy which is predominant the whole year 2021, but it has three peaks of its influence on us people. The first peak was in January, February, and now in June is the second peak of this energy. So exactly it talks about, well, we can ask ourselves what structures we should keep and what limitations we should destroy with the rebellious energy of Uranus, who rules Aquarius. Of course, when there is a hard aspect on the sky, especially with these two big social and outer planets, we all feel it inside of us, yeah, in an inner manner, and as well in the society and with the events going on in the outer world. So we feel this impatience to manifest our original ideas, but it clashes with the need to build solid foundations and the need to be very cautious and very realistic about our own dreams and goals. Yeah, because Aquarius also rules our wishes, dreams, and goals. At the same time, the ruler of the full moon Saturn is in a harmonious aspect. It's in a trine with Rahu, the north lunar node, and with Mercury, which are currently in Gemini. So that is an air trine, air energy, which is about the tendencies to actively communicate, share our ideas, listen to others, be in the society, read the news, be online, attend some social events and projects in the physical, offline world, because in these interactions we might catch the information relevant about our future. Rahu, the north lunar node, is all about the direction towards which we are going, our future, and Mercury, of course, is about communication. So in this case, the ruler of the full moon is aligned with the future tendencies for all of us. At the same time, Saturn is in a opposition with Mars. Mars that currently transits Leo, fire sign. So it's additional tension because an opposition is also a hard aspect on the sky. It's when two planets are exactly opposing each other and pulling each planet in its own will and direction. So our task is to find the balance between these two energies. So in this case, it's finding the balance between our passionate desire to act, to show off, to have fun, to be the center of attention, and to be the respected, admired leader, because those are the energies of active warrior Mars, in the fiery, self-confident, optimistic, bright sign of Leo. But of course, it's opposing the need to think clearly, to act cautiously, to take time to plan, yeah, which is the requirement of Saturn in Aquarius, and to collaborate with others. Aquarius is about equality in the community. In the moment of the full moon, there will be some kind of redistribution of energies in the sky according to the signs in which will be located the 10 planets. And in fact, only Mars in Leo is the planet in fire element. So, in my opinion, the time of this full moon and the next following 2 weeks after it that we will be feeling its influence and energy, it's not exactly the right time for some kind of spontaneous actions. Much more planets are in Earth and in water signs. So the focus of energy and of our attention for the next 2 weeks and for this full moon day will be on being practical, being wise, prudent, act slowly but surely. This is the earth energy, and of course earth rules everything physical, our bodies, our health, our finances, our property, our belongings, what we possessions, right? But as well, equally, the focus will be on the water energies, which is all about experiencing and expressing feelings and emotions, sharing them with others, feeling love, feeling compassion, being attuned with our inner world and with our intuition, bonding on emotional level mostly with others. So the opposition Sun-Moon during this full moon is the opposition between the energies of Cancer, where the Sun is, and Capricorn, where the Moon is. And this kind of confrontation, or opposition of course, is enhanced by two other planets that are in opposition as well. And those are Pluto in Capricorn, standing opposite Venus in Cancer. So Venus in Cancer, she just needs safety, coziness through exactly emotional bonding, care, love, overall warm feelings. This is what Cancer really, really needs and loves. Of course, Venus can be a little bit spoiled and needy in Cancer, and just genuinely nice and sweet and friendly and loving and caring. So this would be our conscious desires during the full moon time period, because the Sun is there. Sun rules our very much conscious desires. While Pluto in Capricorn is full of cold ambitions. Pluto is usually obsessed with something, and in this case, he is obsessed with transformation and control through, of course, hard work, through overcoming challenges, through getting achievements. Pluto in Capricorn loves status, big finances, power, which is quite far from the emotional needs of Venus in Cancer, right? So this is pretty much a classical conflict between the home, the family. Also, Cancer rules the past, our roots, our childhood, where we come from, yeah, and our core, the very core of our personality that no one else knows about us, only we. And then opposite, of course, is Capricorn, which is about career, status, ambitions, success, society, role in public role in the society, achievements, and it's about as well like government and corporations. This opposition actually can trigger some quite deep buried fears of each of us, and those fears might be related to questions like am I actually worth love? Am I loved? Is there someone to care for me? Or maybe I'm completely alone and lonely and hopeless, and maybe I'm in danger, maybe I'm not safe, right? Do I have a home base? Can I rely on someone? Can I share with someone? So because of this kind of internal fears during this time of the full moon, some people might turn to act a bit more needy, you know, behaving a bit like a child who is crying and demanding nurturing and attention and love. As well, some qualities of Cancer, shadow qualities of Cancer, might be passive aggressiveness. So let's be careful with those attitudes. As well, I would like to point that during this full moon might come to the surface more intensely issues of codependent relationships. You know, relationships in which unfortunately someone is controlling someone else through money or power or reputation, right? Or on the other hand, maybe someone in a relationship applies emotional manipulation on the other person. You know, sometimes there will be a family which it just doesn't work, for example, but say, for instance, the woman might every time repeat to the man, we cannot divorce or separate because look, we have two children, you cannot leave us right now, we're too vulnerable. And you know, this would be kind of emotional manipulation and even extortion, and Venus opposite Pluto is capable in its fear of such desperate actions. And of course it will be kind of a relationship in which someone is too cold and strong and powerful and does not care particularly about the emotional needs of the other person. So if you feel something like this in your reality, in your life, then it might be a pretty huge red flag that there is some dependency or codependency in your life, in your relationship. Well, there is a good news that the way out of such power struggles, fears, kind of cold, detached, rigid Capricornian, Plutonian, Saturnian energies is actually through our lovely Jupiter, which is at the moment retrograde, moving through Pisces, very soon exiting Pisces, going back to Aquarius. So we know that Jupiter is a benefic planet that grants us always some opportunities, joy, happiness, luck and hope, especially in Pisces. Why I'm saying that it's the way out of the energies of the full moon? Because Jupiter trines the sun and sextiles the moon at the moment of the full moon. So those both are easy, positive aspects that show us our talents, that bring us chances and opportunities. So let's be aware of this fact. So Jupiter in Pisces really will invite us to dive into art or spirituality, to keep it calm, you know, spend more time with ourselves, not necessarily in some huge crowds, crowded places, but rather journaling, meditating, or doing some lovely art like painting or dancing. That would be lovely to do some art therapy if you feel some kind of fears that I just mentioned. Jupiter in Pisces would be very happy if we chill out in a nature, and the best would be near water, river, lake, or of course sea or ocean. More than welcomed our spiritual practices for healing, like Reiki, for example, but also doing some yoga, some Tai Chi, you know, something slow, something that feels like flowing with some fluidity of energy. Great idea is to work with some intuitive instruments like some oracle cards, divination tools, tarot cards, any tool that taps into your imagination and intuition. Do some filming, some recording of videos, taking pictures, photography, because Pisces loves all this kind of visual arts. And most importantly, I would say, have faith. Jupiter is our teacher, is our guru in astrology. He always asks us to have faith. And Pisces and Jupiter, they don't need confirmations or some kind of experiments or some proof. No, just pure faith from the heart and from the soul that that's we are beloved children of the universe, that someone takes care of us, that we are all protected, that we're all safe, and our task is just to relax and to concentrate on our own visions and plans about the future and make them sustainable, and think how they can be beneficial for ourselves personally, but also for all the society. So this was the general description of the energies of the approaching full moon in Capricorn on the 24th of June. And in my next video, I will record short guidance and description for each zodiac sign with what each of you can expect from on the 24th and the 2 weeks after the full moon. Thanks and take care. Bye.